everyone, it's Asia. I am back with another really good video. We will be going over a lot of really good information today. We are in a new place right now. We are located in the salon, which is a great place to talk about salon things, professionalism in a natural hair sense of if you are a natural hair stylist, what that might look like. So we're going to go over some really good topics today. I will be following off of some information on these papers. So you will see me reading and we will go over this as I read through, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So, skills for a natural hair professional. So let's talk about what a natural hair professional is. When we talk about natural hair is anything that is curly or coily hair that is in its natural state that grows straight out of your head. And there's so much that goes into that. A professional is someone that has a career in this sense, in natural hair. That is someone that professionally charges for braiding, locks, natural hair services. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Becoming a natural hair professional requires more than the ability to perform hair services. While technical skills are important, long-term success in the natural hair industry depends heavily on personal discipline, professionalism, organization, and communication. That is so important, all of those things, right? So a lot of people do hair, but not a lot of people are professional natural hair stylists. So we'll go over more and you guys will see how to become a natural hair professional. Natural hair services often require patience, dedicated work, and extended appointment times, right? So it takes a long time sometimes, and we want to be patient and we want to make sure that we are dedicated to the work that we're doing and making sure that it's very detailed work as well, right? Because of this, professionals must develop strong life skills that help them manage their time, build trust with clients, and maintain a respectable and organized work environment. So, a lot of good key things there, right? Have nothing to do with how to do hair and how we do natural hair, but the things on the back end that make us professional stylists that help us grow our careers. A professional who understands these life skills is better prepared to work in a salon, manage clients, and grow their career over time. The following foundational skills are essential for anyone pursuing a career in natural hair care. All right, so I'm just going to read off the topics of what we're going to go over today. So, our first one is going to be time management. We're going to go over what that looks like in the salon. We're going to go over professional ethics. We're going to go over professional communication, personal responsibility, work ethic, and our short term goals and long term goals. So, let's talk about time management. So, time management is the ability to organize and control how time is used during the workday. Many natural hair services can take several hours to complete. Without proper time management, appointments can run late, clients may become frustrated, and the professional may feel overwhelmed. Good time management begins before the client even arrives. A professional should prepare tools, hair, and supplies in advance so the service can begin on time. Professionals must also learn how long each service typically takes so they can schedule appointments properly. For example, if a stylist schedules a client for knotless braids that usually takes 5 hours, but only allows 3 hours for the appointment, the service will likely run late and affect the rest of the day's schedule. However, if the stylist understands the realistic times required for the service and schedules accordingly, the workday will run much smoother. Another example of time management is staying focused during appointments. Spending excess time on the phone or taking long breaks or starting late can delay the service and reduce the number of clients that can be served that day. Learning strong time management allows natural hair professionals to maintain an organized schedule and provide reliable services for each client. All right, we're going to move on into professional ethics. Okay. I just want to say professionalism in my salon in particular, Aegis Hair Salon, is very, very important. When we're professional, we can change the entire hair game. When we show who we are as people, it makes a huge difference in the salon, right? So, explaining your client what's going on in the service is important. Making sure you're maintaining time management, that all these things play a huge part into, you know, who we show ourselves as salon professionals. So, good things to think about. Let's continue. Professional ethics. Professional ethics refer to the standards or behaviors that guide how a stylist treats clients, coworkers, and their work. Ethics helps maintain trust, respect in the salon environment. A natural hair professional should always prioritize honesty and responsibility. This means providing truthful information about services, pricing, and results. If a client asks for a style that could damage their hair, the professional should explain the risk and recommend a safer alternative. For example, the client with a very fragile hair type requests a tight braided style that may cause breakage. An ethical professional would explain that the style may place too much tension on the hair and suggest a protective style that is less stressful on the scalp. Even though sometimes, the money of that service might seem like you want to do that service, if it's not right for the client, that's a lot worse. And it ends up hurting the client more. And not all money is good money because you end up hurting someone. And, you know, some of us know what it's like to struggle with hair loss or, you know, not feel like our hair, natural hair, is the best that it could be. And so we want to help to empower people. We don't want to make people feel worse when they take out a style. We want to make sure that whatever style we are doing for them is going to help them in the future grow their natural hair and properly take care of it instead of always covering it up, right? All right. Ethical behavior also includes respecting the client's time, hair, and personal space. Professionals should never make disrespectful comments about a client's hair or appearance. Maintaining professionalism builds long term trust with clients. We want to make sure that the things that we're saying to our clients is appropriate. I can give you guys a few examples of that. So, in the salon, especially, well, all salons, there are certain words that are offensive to African Americans or people with curly hair. Even if the client decides that they want to use those words, those are not words that we use in the salon. I'm going to give you guys a few. The word nappy is not a word that we use in the salon ever under any circumstances. The client decides to say that word about their own hair. If it's appropriate, you can educate them on why they shouldn't. If it's not, we do not need to comment or engage in that type of negative speech. Things like saying their hair is matted when it's just tangled. We don't want to use words that are demeaning to the client. Even if their hair actually is in a matted state, we want to make sure that the things that we're saying is helping them grow and feel better about themselves. When we come to the salon, we want to feel like empowered and safe, and that our stylist understands who we are as a person and sees the good in us and not the things that need to be fixed. If as professionals, our job is to fix these things. And so there is a respectful and kind way to fix a problem if there is one. We want to fix clients, hair. If there's something going on mentally that they feel about their hair or how they see themselves or what's going on in their hair, we want to, as a professional, but in a kind way, guide them into the right way of thinking about their hair. And not only that, but how they take care of their hair. Our next thing that we're going to go into is professional communication. Communication is an important skill for working with clients in the natural hair industry. A professional must be able to clearly explain services, listen to the client's goals, and provide accurate information about what to expect. Before beginning a service, the client should ask questions about the client's history. The stylist should ask questions about the client's history, previous styles that they've done, and what their maintenance routine is. This helps the professional determine whether the required style is appropriate. For example, if a client says they want to get a braided style that lasts 6 weeks, the professional can explain how long the style will realistically last and what maintenance is required to keep the hair healthy during that time. Communication also includes explaining aftercare instructions. As a client receives a style, such as twist or braids, the professional should explain how to protect the hair at night and how to keep the scalp clean and when to return for maintenance. Clear communication allows, sorry, clear communication helps prevent misunderstandings and ensures both the professional and the client have the same expectations. Sometimes there are miscommunications. When there are miscommunications, we want to resolve those as quickly as we can with the client so you guys can be on the same page. Our next one is going to be personal responsibility. Personal responsibility means taking ownership of one's work and behavior in the salon environment. A professional must be dependable and prepared each workday, right? This includes arriving to work on time, maintaining clean tools, and keeping the workstation organized. Professionals should also ensure that all supplies needed for the service are available at the beginning of the appointment. For example, if a stylist begins a braiding service and realizes halfway through that they did not have enough braiding hair to finish that style, it happens. This can create delays and it's just not good. It's an inconvenience for the client, if we're honest. A responsible professional would check supplies in advance and prepare everything needed before the service begins. Professional responsibility also includes accepting mistakes and learning from them. If a professional makes an error during a service, acknowledging that mistake and correcting it is a responsible way that respectfully demonstrates professionalism, if you ask me. I think that's great. Something that's important to think about when styles don't always go our way. Sometimes it is the stylist's fault that maybe our skill set isn't there or we're just not sure and things go wrong with the style. When it is not that, and it is the fact that maybe the client just doesn't like that style. Say you do some box braids and she's never had box braids and she just doesn't like the way it looks on her. We don't have to take it personal. It's not that we didn't do a good job. It's not that we can't do hair. Sometimes it's just that the client doesn't like that service on the way it looks on them, and that's okay. And so learning to separate the fact that I am a good stylist and maybe they just don't like it really helps to think about because we do amazing work a lot of the time. And sometimes, we can all think of in our head, I'm sure, a service that even on ourselves, we're like, I don't like the way that looks on me. And that's okay. And it's the same with clients. They just don't know until they get it. And they're like, oh, I don't like it. And so finding ways to work with the client on that makes you and your mental feel better about if things don't go as planned. All right, so let's get into work ethic. Work ethic refers to the level of effort and discipline and commitment a person brings to their job. Natural hair professionals often perform services that require many hours of concentration and detailed work. A strong ethic means staying focused throughout the entire service and maintaining quality from the beginning to end. Even when services take several hours, professionals must remain patient and attentive. For example, braid styles such as knotless braids or cornrows require consistent tension and neat parting throughout the entire head. If a professional becomes careless or rushes near the end, the style may appear uneven. Clients notice consistency and dedication. Professionals who demonstrate strong work ethic often build loyal clientele, which helps their work and it maintains reliable, right? So let's go over short-term goals. Short-term goals are objectives that can be achieved in a relatively short time period. These goals help professionals improve their skills and build confidence. So let's go over some examples of what some short-term goals would be. And I recommend, if you're watching this video, this is a good time to pause if you aren't taking notes, and pull out a notebook, piece of paper, and a pen. And I want you to write down, let's see, 4 short-term goals that you can think of for your natural hair career as a professional. So if you're going to pause the video, this is a good time. All right, so let's go over some examples of what short-term goals would be. So you can learn how to braid faster while maintaining neatness. That's a short-term goal. There's practicing cleaner parting techniques on a mannequin doll. Building a small base of returning clients. Even if you have 3 clients, finding incentives and ways to get those clients back in. Sometimes we're looking for new clients, and sometimes we can take care of the ones we already have, right? And another one is improving time management during long services. Here's another example. A stylist may set a goal to reduce the time it takes to complete a certain braided style from 6 hours to 4 hours, while still maintaining quality. This type of goal helps a professional become more efficient over time. Something we actually do in our salon is we grab a mannequin doll and maybe another stylist, someone that you can grab, and we will practice how long it would take you to braid one braid all the way down. And I can't remember for sure, but I know that one of my girls cut so much time in half, like straight in half, and she was going so much faster. And it's a fun little thing to do. So you just do it multiple times until you get down to a certain amount of time, so you can get down really fast. You can do the same thing with practicing. How long does it take me to start a box braid? How long does it take me to start a knotless braid? How long does it take me to retwist one lock? Things like that. How long does it take me to part out a section and be ready to go to start braiding? So yeah, it's important to practice those things, and time management is a great short-term goal to start with. So short-term goals allow professionals to track their progress and continue improving their skills. So now let's talk about long-term goals. Long-term goals involve planning for one's future, your future career. And these goals often require years of effort and development. So let's go over some long-term goals. And again, this would be a good time to write down some ideas of what your long-term goals could be. Long-term goals usually are your 5-year goal, and then you also can have a 10-year goal as well. So I'm going to give off some examples of what that could be. It could be becoming a specialist in lock care and braiding. You want to specialize in it. You want to know it for sure. Things like that take up to 5 years. Or, they do take time to say, yes, I am a pro in my skill. Another one could be opening a salon or a natural hair studio. Opening up your own suite. Those are amazing things to shoot for. Another one is teaching natural hair education to other professionals. That is huge. That's a 5 to 10 year goal. Another one is creating educational materials about natural hair care. What I'm doing. And I can give you guys one of my goals. I am in the process of writing a book about locks right now, and it's going to take me a while. That's one of my big goals. I have another goal of actually, you guys are getting a little piece of it right now, but I'm writing a natural hair textbook. It'll be the set standard for how we learn about natural hair in this industry. Um, so that's a part of my goal. And then my 10-year goal and my 10-year plan is to not only open multiple natural hair schools, but making it licensed in the state of California, a natural hair license. So pretty cool. It includes braiding. All right, so here's an example. For example, a professional may begin their career focusing on braiding services, but later decide to expand their knowledge of lock maintenance, eventually teaching others how to perform these services. Long term goals help professionals remain focused on the bigger direction of their career. So let's go over professional appearance and conducts. Professional appearance and behavior influence how clients view the salon environment. A clean, organized workspace creates a sense of trust and professionalism. Natural hair professionals should maintain a neat, personal appearance, ensuring their work areas remain clean. Tools should be organized and supplies should be stored properly. For example, a client enters a salon with a client that interns the salon often will notice whether the workspace is clean and whether the client's appearance is organized. Professional environment helps clients feel comfortable and confident in the services they are receiving. Professional conduct also includes respectful conversations and maintaining a welcoming environment. We're going to go into patience and focus. Patience is necessary quality for anyone working in the natural hair industry. Many natural hair services require a lot of careful attention and steady hands. Rushing through services can lead to uneven results and damaged hair. For example, detangling natural hair must be done gradually to avoid breakage. Attempting to detangle too quickly or forcefully can damage the hair strands. Patience allows a professional to complete services carefully while maintaining the health of the hair. Committing to continuous learning. Natural hair industry continues to grow and develop. New techniques and tools, educational resources become available over time. Professionals maintain open should remain open to learning and improving their skill through their careers. Continuous learning allows professionals to adapt to new trends and provide better services for their clients. A stylist may begin their career specializing in braiding, but later expand their knowledge into lock maintenance, natural hair cutting techniques, and advanced styling methods. All right, we are coming to the end. So, success in the natural hair profession depends not only on the techniques and the skill, but also on strong personal and professional habits. Skill Skills such as time management, ethical behavior, communication, responsibility, and goal setting allow professionals to build trust with clients and maintain a professional, successful career. By developing these life skills, natural hair professionals can create a reliable and respectable salon environment while continuing to grow their profession. That is all we're going to be going over for this video. I really hope you learned something new and took notes. If you are a part of my academy, there will be a test. There will be a test. So I hope you guys will go back, and if you didn't catch something, feel free to back the video up, take down more notes, rewatch it as many times as you need. We went over a lot of really good information. I would love for you guys to leave a comment If you finished the video, if you made it all the way through, I would love for you guys to say, hey, I made it. If you have any questions about this video or any questions about the natural hair industry, anything that you're struggling with in this industry, with hair, anything like that, professionalism, feel free to reach out to me in the comments and I will get back to you, of course. If you have made it through the video, I would love for you to subscribe to tune in and see more of our other videos. But thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.